Welcome to the Screen Rot Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the weirdest and worst content that's been rotting our screens and indeed our minds. I'm here with Jake Farrell.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, well, it is Happy New Year. We did do Happy New Year 2 episodes.
Sorry.
It's New Year now. We recorded the last ones in December. Happy New Year, mate. What we're going to do, we're going to break things up a bit because this is the first time we've recorded since Christmas and New Year's.
Big time.
We're going to talk Christmas now. If you heard a noise just then, it was my front door shutting as my girlfriend leaves the house, which means I can now bitch about her mum.
We made some predictions about Christmas.
Yeah, we did. So you thought you'd have a row in the afternoon. So we're going to talk Christmas on this one, then we'll talk New Year's on the next one.
We avoided the row. No rows.
No rows at all?
No, all of it nice and repressed, straight down. Didn't come out anywhere.
I like, rather than serene, it was suppressed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just simmering away, festering away, I suppose, all of those resentments somewhere in there.
Did anything wind you up?
Actually, no. I mean, like my little nephew was just knocking about and bringing so much Christmas magic to the table that it was difficult to feel annoyed about anything.
Yeah.
He had dinosaurs, stegosauruses, brachiosauruses, pterodactyl. You name them, he's got them. This kid's got them. Yeah. And it was just wonderful to see. So, no, all good.
Behaved themselves?
Parents all behaved themselves, yeah. My mum had a new air fryer, so she's buzzing. She's, those Brussels sprouts have been air fried to...
Did you air fry the Brussels?
Oh, boy, did we.
Yeah, that was part of my...
Felt very Joe Wicks.
Part of my test was to try and air fry the Brussels, but ours was too hot to do that. Mine, I was obviously cooking for 10.
Cooking for 10?
Yeah.
I've seen the videos, not of you cooking, but of you doing karaoke after the fact. Do you want to explain yourself?
Well, I was hammered, yeah. I was off my nut.
Okay.
I was properly gone, man. I was, and from early.
From early doors.
It was Bucks Fizz in the morning, Irish coffees after that, straight into the pub at midday, well, quarter to 12. So by the time I was like cooking in the kitchen by like 2:30, I was fucked. I sort of reset people's expectations because I've been sort of bigging myself up for the sort of weeks preceding Christmas, being like, I've got something good planned for everyone.
Right.
Christmas Day, I was going around all the guests being like, listen, I'm too drunk to be eating this stuff, let alone cooking it.
Just recalibrate what you think from kind of Jamie Oliver down to... Yeah,
pub chef.
No,
it was good, man. We were too drunk. I will say that.
Right.
We were too pissed. I was saying things I shouldn't be saying.
Just like the podcast, then.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I haven't managed to be pissed for one of these yet. But I was making repeated comments about the bum of my best friend's wife. Telling everyone who'll listen that she had one of the best asses I've seen.
Yeah, okay. That's the first I've heard of that. And as kind of Christmas gambits go, that's not number one on my list, what I would do.
I was telling everyone about that. There's other things I won't repeat.
There's things you won't... So that you're happy to share, that you were telling everyone.
Mate, honestly,
so what were the things that you actually don't... I don't want to know.
Well, yeah, I just cut comments about the mother-in-law. She was driving everyone nuts. Yeah. She passed out at 7:00. She fell asleep.
Tanked out.
And the rest of us,
She's been fucking feeding her Irish coffee since 9 a.m. What do you expect?
I got her good and drunk, and then did dinner about 4. And then we powered through. I think the common thing that happens on Christmas Day, everyone drinks too much. Then there's the lull.
Right.
Around 7-8 o'clock, you have your Christmas Day lull, where everyone's just like, oh, I don't too full.
Yeah.
And I think what a lot of people do at that point is it slows down.
Right. Are you two went into Gear 5 from there, did you?
Well, it's interesting you use that word.
Oh, no.
No, we didn't get on it. We very nearly did. I will say this. So we record this in the spare room of my house. There was a point where my son, who's like 1, my best mate and his son, who's like 4 months.
Yeah, you said that then, like, it was your 16-year-old son. So, like, we were in here playing darts. He's thrown a treble 20.
I don't know how this happened, but some me and my 2 best mates, and then my kid and my mate's kid, who are babies, we ended up in this room, and my mate Matt, he was like, oh,
that's a classic house party vibe, actually.
That's exactly what he said.
4 of us
he was
upstairs.
like, oh my god, this feels like a house party, and I was like, yeah, it does, man. He was like, this is like when you get a little spare room at a house party.
Yeah.
You're smoking out the bedroom window. You could rack up a little. And he was like, shall we? And then I was like, and then I sort of went, whoa, realised there's 2 babies in the room, and I was like, no. No.
I think that's personal growth, actually. I think like, not ideal that you were talking about it off the. I mean, good to hear you're still talking to each other after you've been talking about his wife's ass for the whole day.
Well, I've kept that up as well. A few times since then. Like the other day, I was talking to him and he was like, Fran's just at the dentist. I was like, what, getting sexy teeth to match her ass?
Oh,
he just doesn't really reply. But no, yeah, we didn't do it. And then, but what we did, so we needed to push through. We all felt the lull. Yeah. A lot of food, a lot of drink. We were like, we need to push through. I made a cocktail in that protein shaker over there. I did put a bit of protein in it as well to keep everyone on their toes.
Burrito monster style.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's fucking jacked up. What did you put in the cocktail?
25% brandy.
Right.
50% Baileys.
Okay. Is this like a Hawley? What is this a real cocktail?
Yeah, I don't know.
A Hawley shoe.
What do you call it? Post AA meeting, still want to get. It's when you decide that you don't want to do drugs, but you still need to.
Okay.
So 25% brandy, 50% Baileys, 8 double shots of coffee, and then top it up with skim milk.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely disgusting.
I will say now that curdles like a bastard, but you shake and shake and shake with a cube of ice, and then it's a real case of like holding your nose and getting it down your neck. But wakes you up again, and then that got us. We
pushed you through.
12:30, I was doing karaoke in the living room with a hairbrush.
Magic.
Me and my mate swaying, singing "Feel" by Robbie Williams, while the kids just sort of look up at us like,
please
let us go to bed. We don't even like
also,
these
like you kind of said to me there, like, oh, we didn't get on it in the spare room. But then the drink that you described, like, I think probably would have been more healthy had you got on it.
Yeah, yeah. I'd have done less damage to my nervous system and my insides.
You're already still coming down off of that.
Yeah,
or the curdled milk is like a hallucinogen. It's like ayahuasca.
The coffee, so much coffee. I just remember on my little coffee machine, just keep pressing the button to put more in. And everyone's like, "What are you doing in there, Joe?"
Don't worry,
it's coming. Don't need to text the Albanians. I'm here. Anyway, so quick thing. As always, big up Dents. I should say, stressful Christmas period. Mother-in-law here for 2 weeks. Kids doing my nut. Fucking nurseries, lazy bastards that teach them. They're having an inset day for what?
I do not agree with anything that Jacob just said.
He will when he has children. The one thing that's been keeping the 7 hair follicles on my head during this stressful time. Dents, boy. Dents. Again. Haven't noticed regrowth yet. You're not supposed to. Will do in a few months' time. Less hairs coming out.
Just less convinced with every episode. I haven't noticed any regrowth. You're not meant to. You're not meant to. I wouldn't want to see any. I wouldn't want to.
What's nice is you get this thing.
But hold the microphone up to your mouth.
Sorry.
Not that close.
What's nice with you get the little derma roller, which is like little microneedles. You can just sort of roll them into your skull when you're feeling a bit fed up.
Yeah.
Just fucking hold down your mother-in-law. Get it in her eye. I had a moment. Mother-in-law when she came over first for Christmas. She was like, "Oh, maybe I could move here." There was talks of her potentially moving over full-time living with us. I thought, fuck that. Then I thought to myself, she's an unskilled, unsalaried migrant worker from Europe. Rishi would send her to Rwanda. So. Wouldn't be so bad. This week, this week we've got a geezer who's who, let's just say, he's been doing bits online for a while.
Yes.
Desperate fella.
Very
I think it's fair to say. He's from Canvey Island in Essex.
Mm-hmm.
And how would you describe him?
I think that he is a kind of quintessential TikTok star in that you go, what on earth is... There's no discernible kind of talent or there's no discernible... it's just like, how did this happen? And I don't know that anyone really knows how he's got to where he's got to, but he has, and now we've got to deal with it. So let's analyse him.
This week...
Talking about Bivo.
Bivo!
Shyooooooo.
Oi, get on this.
Pleasure.
This week we're talking Bivo. In my opinion, Bivo is the reason that we need to start sending tax money back to Simon Cowell so that he can get the X Factor back on his legs.
You do know that the X Factor wasn't funded by taxpayer money.
No, I know it never was. I know it was privatised.
We didn't nationalise the X Factor.
Yeah, no, but I think we need to. I think we need to nationalise the X Factor.
Okay.
Get it back on its legs. Because essentially, I think Bivo is an example of what happens when kind of fame-hungry nutters in their dad's spare room.
Yeah.
They don't...
Guilty as charged, by the way.
My landlord's spare room. He should have been swallowed up by reality TV.
Yeah.
Or the kind of... Or the X Factor, or, he should have followed that classic circuit of like bad audition on the X Factor, goes viral in the way that sort of stuff could go viral back then, in the sense that everyone was talking about it. It would have
when like memes were just what you talked, like when you talked about it at the pub. Like, have you seen that thing? You can actually show each other it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That he'd be that guy.
Yeah.
He'd maybe do Big Brother.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing one insane audition. He's maybe going to judges' houses if it's a down year. If they want a crazy person. Do you remember they had like Chico? Do you remember Chico Time?
Yeah.
And like he couldn't sing a note, bless him. But they put him through right to the live shows because he's fun. He's good value.
Yeah, he is good value.
And Bivo, I think, probably would have been in a similar position.
Beavo would have been good value. As we kind of alluded to in the intro to this episode, how do you describe Beavo?
Yes, I am actually like at a bit of a loss for like someone coming completely contextless to this. It's very, very difficult to describe. Like, what is he? Why is he?
With most of these content creators that we've spoken about in the past, we describe them by what they do.
Right.
Like when we did the Burrito Monster, Ollie, big up Ollie, who does listen. I don't think we once spoke about what Ollie looks like.
No,
because it's not relevant.
No.
Because you'd never go, hey, you know that guy with sort of brown hair. Do you know what I mean? There's like you wouldn't. I maybe we did with Todd. That maybe there's a couple of others where we
might have said some stuff about Todd's appearance. Yeah.
The only way to describe to say, hey, you know Bivo. Someone goes, who's that? You'd have to go, you know, the guy who looks like a beaver.
I don't know. Is that why he's called Beavo?
That's why he's called Beavo. He
oh,
looks like
right.
A beaver.
I thought his name was like Sean Beavington or something like that.
No. It's because he looks like because of the teeth.
Yeah.
And the teeth are prosthetic teeth. He has kind of curtains.
He's from Essex.
And he's kind of done a few things like what we're going to go through when we get into the clips. Like it started with him doing sing-alongs. So he just filmed himself doing sing-alongs.
Yeah.
Then he's now kind of become a food guy.
Yeah,
but it's not like.
But for a very, very weird reason.
Well, it's a lot. Well, okay. What you're getting at is a later thing, but then he just started like kind of talking about the dinners that his dad would cook him. So his dad would cook him like sweet and sour chicken is a common one that he does quite a lot, or a chili. He just sit in his bedroom eating it and rating it out of 10. But then, as you allude to, what really blew him up in December of 2023 was when people noticed that he didn't chew his food.
Shall we? I think we because how long have we been going? So we done 4 minutes, right? And I know who this bloke is. I still, based on everything we've said, it sounds like we're fucking on drugs right now. It sounds like we've done one of the Baileys and milk coffee cocktails. We're just going, he's from Essex, he's got teeth, and sometimes he has his dinner, but he's not a bad bloke. It's just like we just don't. So should we do the first video? This is the first known interaction. To watch it to
kind of know what Beavo is,
right?
And he does talk in them. Oh God, they're longer than I thought as well. I thought they'd be like 20 seconds.
Yeah, the first one's quite long.
The mad thing about as you kind of alluded to, there's no talent, and I don't think Beavo would mind us saying that. There is no talent, but it's like it's almost like everyone watching him. This is the angle I want to get to. This is like no one's laughing with him. We're all kind of laughing at him, but actually we should be laughing at ourselves. What the fuck are we watching?
That's also true. Yeah, let's watch this first one just to give you. This is how Beavo kind of came into the social media world.
Shyooooooo.
Look at him.
Big up 2023, baby.
He always does that. Big up 2023.
Shyooooooo.
So he's singing Burna Boy.
Shout out to Nick Somerville. He asked me to give him a shout out.
Shout out.
Last. And everybody will talk breakfast. Shyooooooo. Big up 2023,
so he's
baby.
just this is kind of the clip's looping now, but he's just in his bedroom singing for Nick Somerville.
I don't know who that is.
I think he's just a mate.
He doesn't know the lyrics.
And he's just doing gun fingers.
Yeah. For people listening, there's an insane looking kid in his spare room with his Arsenal shirts hanging up. He's trying to sing along to Burna Boy, but he doesn't know the words.
And you know I'm in trouble. I know holy, and your dad's a ding-dong, and your dad fire-yo, oh, I-yo, don't cry, yo, I need get bored and shy, yo. I need get bored and shy, yo.
That's presumably not the words.
I need get bored and shy, yo. I need get bored
that's enough of that. It's rare that we watch these
that
clips and
clarifies
go,
everything.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, I was sat here 4 minutes into this, and I'm not sure if we should be doing it. Like,
No, this is important. This is important because this is, like you say, you've identified something here. 10 years ago, this guy would be. Do you remember On Car Judge? Do you remember On Car Judge?
Yeah.
Onkar Judge did one song on the X Factor. He did Earth Song by Michael Jackson. He had an incredible line that me and my mates used to say all the time at school, where they said, Onkar, you're not very good. And he said, don't judge the judge. You can't judge me because there's only one judge, and that's me. That's Onkar Judge. Right. When was the last time you heard from Onkar Judge?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Never.
I haven't.
And Bivo, so there's one bit of freakery is all you need now to become a bloke that is somehow promoting energy drinks 6 weeks later. It's insane. That should be that.
Yeah.
That should be that. And we should never know his name. And it should just be like, oh, this bloke sent this to his mates and he doesn't know the lyrics to Burna Boy. And he's got a weird set of glasses on and he's got a teeth that look like Alejandro Garnacho's teeth, but like 10 times bigger. It looks like he's had Rob Beckett's teeth implanted in his mouth.
It's a hard one for people who are listening rather than watching this, because it's like, I assume people know Bivo. If you don't know Bivo, it's so visual.
Yeah.
And nothing's really happening.
Like this podcast.
Well, but whenever we do one of these, and I'm always aware that like there's people listening at home rather than watching the clip, so I always want to kind of narrate them.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to fucking say.
No.
It's an idiot in his spare room. He at the start of every video, he says, shout out to the year. Just shout out the year. So shout out 2023.
Yeah. So he's been going less than a year and he's already like on millions of followers on TikTok.
I'm sure 2023 appreciates being shouted out. Then a new catchphrase he's got now. He kind of goes, you know the rules, and if you don't know the rules, you better get to know the rules. He's never said what the rules are, and he just sits there. In this case, just kind of half miming along to Burna Boy. Again, I'm not sure it's all right because a lot of Burna Boy's lyrics are actually in his native
dialect.
Yeah. And
that's not the dialect of Canvey Island, Essex.
No, but Bivo can't really say the English lyrics, let alone those ones. But yeah, and it's just him going.
And that's just because of the physiology of his mouth. It's very difficult for him to pronounce.
Yeah,
things.
So we've got a video in a minute where he does talk about the teeth. It's this kid he's just so desperate to go viral.
Yeah,
that he's just doing anything, and that one kind of did go viral. But again, it's like he feels like a character from The Office.
Well, The Office was a commentary on those early reality TVs, right? About like the ones where they would be in the airport and they would follow the people that worked in the airport around, and it made them famous for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, because they'd unearthed these kind of nutters,
right?
Who were kind of deserving of national fame because they're so weird.
Yeah.
And I guess David Brent is a kind of the point of that character is he's worse because he's kind of seeking the notoriety.
He's coming just after it and knowing what that format is and wanting it. But all of those people were mediated through a TV production company.
Yes.
So they would edit them and they would like at least provide some kind of storyline or some kind of like, oh, they're trying to get the baggage back to the people in Benidorm.
Yeah.
Bivo is just a bloke sat in a Hoodrich t-shirt in his bedroom singing along. And presumably this is when he's got like 10 followers and he's doing this to mates or people maybe aren't his mates and kind of laughing at him, who knows. And suddenly he's gone mega viral. And so like the next clip I think is really important because this is like the next stage on in the Bivo journey when he started reaping some of the rewards of his internet fame.
So Bivo here, I'd just like to say thank you to TikTok, thank you to Instagram. I've bought my first car.
Bought his first car.
Without this song, it wouldn't be possible. Everybody will talk for everybody.
So he knows the lyrics now, which is an improvement. So he's just in the car park of a leisure centre.
Morrison's. So yeah, for anyone listening, he's in the car park of Morrison's. He's walking around a Ford Focus
that he's bought with his winnings.
That he's claiming that he's bought with his winnings,
right.
And he's dancing along to the song that he claims helped him to purchase this car. That's what's happening now.
Nothing. I mean, he's still not really doing it. He's just leaning on the car now.
Yeah, I think the reason he did that lean is because he realised that people could spot the registration and try and kill it. Again, we can stop that.
Can I just say something about? I watched. We do our research for this podcast, and Jacob sent me these videos. So I watched that video, and he's in a Morrison's car park, but the signage for Morrison's looked very similar to the signage for Harvester. And I thought he was in front of the world's biggest harvester. And I spent 10 minutes Googling Canvey Island harvester.
Well, because you wanted to go.
I wanted to go. I thought they had a harvester the size of a Morrison's. Can you imagine the salad bar at Harvester the size of Morrison's?
I love a Harvester. Do you
Bloody
like
love a Harvester.
Was there one in Stevenage?
Oh, big time boy.
Yeah, there was.
There was two at one point.
And there was one in. There was also. There was actually, wasn't there? I remember that. There was one in.
No bookshops, but 2 Harvesters.
There's one kind of near Boreham Wood,
right?
Which is if you drive from the A1 into North London, it's just before you turn off the A1.
Yeah, I know. I think I know the one. Yeah.
Know what I mean? Yeah, that was. I've been to that one.
That was your birthday spot, was it?
Oh yeah.
People from the suburbs, or from people specifically from Stevenage, by the way, obsessed with driving on the motorway to go and have dinner.
Yes.
Do you know there's like a TGI Fridays around there as well? My mates, people used to drive there and be like, "We're going to the TGI Fridays." Like where? Near Boreham Wood.
Yeah, the one near Boreham Wood. So I know exactly which one you mean. Yeah, or kind of like these chain restaurants that either microwave or grill food that you go to on the side of a motorway.
Yeah. Where? Oh yeah, I'm going to drive 45 minutes up the motorway to go to Harvester.
It's a very cultural thing. I was actually speaking to someone about this. I was actually speaking to an American person about this, and I was describing exactly that. I was like, we actually have a lot of restaurants. Not good ones that are on the side of quite large main roads that you would drive,
and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and you drive 40 minutes to them to not just have dinner, to have like a special occasion, a birthday.
Right?
Dinner.
Yeah.
And I said to this American guy, I was like, "It's a bit like LA."
Yeah, it's a bit.
And he went, "It's not."
Yeah, the glamorous road culture of LA transmuted into a Harvester near Boreham Wood.
Story. That specific TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
I had a bad breakup. I was about 21.
In that TGI Fridays?
No, well, I lived in Hendon at the time, which isn't far. Right. You know, this is kind of just off the North Circular, which is like Watford Way, which is very close to there. My sister and her boyfriend at the time.
I know what cheer him up.
Well, you know where this is going. Yeah, they drove down. My sister driving. My sister's boyfriend brought a bottle of whiskey, 2 grams of gear, and then took me to TGI Friday. So drove me to TGI Friday. She had like a rack of ribs and a steak. You know, ate that. Back to the flat for him to just start pouring me whiskies while my sister just sat there. She doesn't even drink, my sister. Just sat there watching us just work our way while I sat there kind of half crying, half going. Yeah.
Also,
it's a lovely family, mine.
The waitress from TGI Fridays that day is telling that story somewhere from her perspective. Yeah. There was this guy. He looked like an overgrown child, and he was wearing a baby grow. He was wearing some kind of velour tracksuit, and he was crying his eyes out, and he had Coke all around his nose.
He barely finished his Jack Daniel's wings. Jack Daniel's wings. That's another very like.
They spent £35 on dirty fries.
Yeah.
Jack Daniel's wings is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all those kind of restaurants. They love a kind of like Jack Daniel's glaze.
Jack Daniel's honey glaze. Yeah. It tastes like sugar.
But Bivo's very like that. He's very kind of suburban.
He's one of us. He's from the burbs.
Yeah. He spent way too much time in car parks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been to a lot of retail estates. He's been to a lot of service stations in his life. So he's
been to TGI Fridays for his birthday for sure.
Oh my god, yeah. I think he's actually done videos in Harvester as well.
SponCon. Has he done SponCon for the Harvester?
I can't tell if it's SponCon because I'm pretty sure he is doing SponCon and his girlfriend does it as well.
Right. God, imagine that.
But I'm 99% sure it is SponCon. But then the content is so bad.
Right.
Because it's just him going, "No, I'm just eating."
Well, shall we get into that? Because I think this is the truly remarkable thing. We haven't explained him at all in 20 minutes.
But we
no one's done the wiser.
I just want to make the point with this video. So basically, he was on the rise with this video, and in this video, the Shyooooooo, the Burna Boy video went viral. Then in that one, he was claiming that with the money from TikTok,
yes,
he'd bought a car.
Yes.
Now that's bollocks.
Right.
And in the next video, I just want to do the next one just quickly because I think the next one and this tells you a lot about Bivo's psyche. Like
Oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing?
That sentence hit you, didn't it?
Oh my god!
This tells you a lot
about
Bivo's
with my wife.
psyche.
I could be volunteering for a charity. What am I doing?
When I go to the pearly gates, they're going to say to me, "Did you coerce Jake Farrell to taking time away from his wife and his charity work to talk about Bivo's psyche? Go to hell."
Me at the pearly gates, I spent a lot of time down there talking about Bivo's psyche, Jacob going to TGI Fridays, and the rest of the time I wasted.
But what I wanted to say, this does tell you a lot about Bivo. He's a coward.
This is the backlash.
But he's quite a pitiful coward.
Right.
Because like he did that last video as a wind up. It's obviously bollocks. You cannot buy a car with the earnings you make from going viral for singing a fucking Burna Boy song. Now, most people when they do a wind up like that on TikTok will own it and go, yeah, prove it's not true.
Right.
He got like 6 bad comments and just bottles it straight
All of the
away.
bad comments from Jacob, by the way. Right, so this is a front-facing camera video where he's kind of referencing that last one.
The mad thing is, on a real, the shoulder GoFundMe was fake.
So the shoulder GoFundMe,
which I'm grateful for,
Let's pause it there.
So let's pause. So basically, he's got a comment on the screen that says, "Someone message GoFundMe and get this all closed down." He dislocated his shoulder. Fuck, that is what he was doing. But he posted the videos of him kind of on his way into A&E.
Right.
He then set up a GoFundMe for a new shoulder. That's where he claimed to have got the money for the car.
For a new shoulder.
He's also done a GoFundMe in the past, which paid for the teeth.
I see.
So in this video, he's explaining about how he's kind of hustled his audience by setting up GoFundMes, which obviously didn't earn enough money to buy a fucking car.
Right.
But he has actually... But this is what he admits in this video is the teeth aren't permanent. They're kind of temporary while he's waiting to earn enough
So
money.
he's kind of
for
mugged off
property.
his audience, and now he's being like,
He's
don't
kind of
blame
mugged off
me.
his audience, but not managed to do it very well.
Right.
And now he's
Like us.
And now he's kind of apologising for it, whilst also admitting that the scam. So he's simultaneously apologising for a scam, whilst admitting that the scam hasn't worked.
Right.
Like, I got my temporaries. I'm waiting to get some more money to go to Turkey.
Don't we all?
The shoulder GoFundMe was fake. It was just to trigger people, and it did. It really
Love
triggered
that.
people.
Just to trigger people.
If you really want to know, this ain't my car. It's my pal's car. But I just do stuff for views. I don't know why everyone's hating because everyone.
That's why.
does it
Because you do
anyway.
stuff for views.
But yeah, there's no GoFundMe. I'm not a scammer.
You are?
You know what I mean? It's just one of them. But yeah, hate ahead gets me views. Appreciate it. Much love. Beavo. And as well, might as well add it in this video.
Yeah, go on
if
then.
you want any sort of content in particular, just let me know. I'm trying to do all sorts of content. I'm trying to do all sorts of views. I'm trying to learn from Aggie and Tommy. Yeah, I'm doing stuff locally on Canvey, Basildon, Southend. If you're from the areas and want to do anything, let me know.
If you're from Canvey,
other
Basildon
than
and
that,
Southend.
I hope I'm not pissing too many people off.
Yeah, you
I'm a
do.
genuine person. I don't want to piss anyone off. You
I'm a
know.
genuine
But yeah,
person.
big up, Beavo. In a bit.
So that's just this allusion to content just as a general amorphous thing. Like he has no, like you say, discernible talent. Sorry, Bivo.
I'm just trying to do something.
Just stuff.
I'm just
Anything.
I'll do anything. And if you tell me what to do, I'll do it. And I'll even travel to Basildon and Southend.
This is how committed I am to content. I will go to Basildon. That has a real vibe to it of Taplow. Winner.
Yeah, but this is. Do you know what? I didn't plan on talking about The Office earlier, but I did plan on saying I watched the Extras Christmas special. This feels like a cutscene from Extras.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly what like early Ricky Gervais, like The Office and Extras was about. Is like what desperate people will do for fame. And there's a line in there which I felt like The Office soundtrack was ding ding ding.
Yeah.
So what? Because where he goes, I don't mean to piss people off. I'm just doing things for views. I don't know why you're hating on me because everyone does it. And it's almost like that's like a message for our time.
Yeah, that's.
It's like as much as
Bevo.
we all hate Bevo, we all do it to a certain extent. Every time any of us post something on social media, we're tapping into what he wants.
There,
which
but
is
for
a
the
bit
grace of
attention.
Bevo go I. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's almost like it's so tragic. It's
bleak.
so tragic that
I love the I just did it to trigger people, which it did.
It was just like a little which it did, by the way. But then also like the apology couldn't be more genuine. If like I don't know why I'm getting so much hate. I'm a genuine person.
That's like something
What does that mean?
that's like something one of my dad's mates says.
I'm a genuine person. What does that mean? Yeah, you are. You're a genuine
He's a
arsehole. But I don't think he is an arsehole. I think like, you know, the people behind the Chinese psyop TikTok, they need to take responsibility for this. This is a vulnerable young man from Canvey Island who doesn't know what to do with himself. Really, this is a failing of the higher education system. He should be doing a trade or something.
Yeah, this
He
is
doesn't
my
know-
failing. I should be helping him
Yeah,
through
yeah,
my
yeah,
career, not sat here talking about him.
But we'll watch the next one.
But this is where it takes, I think, an amazing left turn into almost performance art. Because up until now, Bivo, the story of Bivo's psyche is of a young man desperately seeking fame by whatever means necessary.
Yes.
And there's like what's the kind of law? There's some kind of scientific law or some kind of philosophical law where it's like anything that can happen will happen. Right,
yeah.
And it's
chaos.
like chaos. Yeah, it's like chaos theory. And this is what happens to him, which is like he starts putting out videos of him eating food, and this is what.
But this is what it is. I know what you're trying to get at. It's kind of like that. You know,
never could have imagined this.
Yeah,
like,
if you leave monkeys in a room with a typewriter for eternity, they'll write the words of Shakespeare. If you leave Beavo in front of a camera for long enough, he will go viral just for not something. But I think that's the key.
That he intends.
Exactly, that's the key.
That's really funny.
It's not for something he intended. That like he kept throwing shit at the wall. Something did stick,
Lesson
but
for us all there.
he couldn't have ever imagined what it was.
Yeah.
Is the fact he doesn't chew his food.
Because this is a very visual video, so we're going to narrate it for people listening on Spotify.
Yeah, and before we watch it, because it will just be us laughing at something you can't see. If you haven't, maybe pause the episode and just Google Beavo chew.
What I'll do is I'll put the link to this video in the description of the Spotify episode.
So watch this. He doesn't chew his food.
There's no other way of saying it.
But, so he started eating food in front of the camera because he's noticed that's why people are going viral. When he's been sat there going, I'll do anything, I'll go to Basildon. He's done some research and gone, oh, people are eating food, I'll start eating food in front of the camera and try to rate it. Now, he's not a foodie, but he doesn't chew it. He sort of leans forward, and it's made even more funny because he's got these insane prosthetic teeth, and he does this funny thing where, like, when he doesn't chew, when he swallows without chewing, he kind of leans forward a bit, like almost like tilts his head to try and get a bit of leverage to get the food down his throat, and kind of like his eyes kind of roll back like a shark, and you can see. And what people say is like it looks like he's kind of like praying for his own life as he just and he sort of like the teeth bulge out of his mouth and he goes. And that's what this video is a compilation
Right,
of.
let's watch it.
Sausage
and chips. Every time you hear that music, it's him struggling to swallow.
1, 2, 3, 4 bites of a chicken wing down. Big old chip. 1, 2, 3. And he had 2 swallows on that one. Big bit of pizza. 2 bites.
Good pizza.
Pizza.
McDonald's.
1 bite.
Another pizza. Oh my god, it's so insane.
He's wincing in pain every
He's having
time
another
he swallows.
Nando's. He's having the chicken liver roll there.
I mean,
madman. No wonder he's choking. Oh, big
whole
Savoy.
Savoy.
He knows what he's
1,
doing there as well.
2, 3. That's banging.
Also, I love that the video is called "All the Times We Almost Lost Bevo."
But it is that thing, like, because so that I should stress, this was a compilation that was made by someone who had watched enough Bevo that they'd edited a comp of him almost choking on his food all the time. But that tells you, and exactly what you said. The phrase is the times we lost Bevo. What's happened now? The public have embraced him. They've gone, you're ours now.
You're ours, Bevo.
Bevo, welcome.
The people's princess.
And we don't, like Diana, we don't want to lose you to a tragic accident. Wink, wink. No, but he's chewing. He can't chew his food. He swallows without chewing. But this is the beauty of what happens with content sometimes is. Someone like him will keep trying anything. I'll do anything. Please tell me what to do. I'll go to South End. And then just randomly goes viral because people have noticed he doesn't chew his food.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because the way he looks, because when he leans forward to try and swallow, it's like the teeth bulge out, the curtains fall forward over his face, and it's visually fucking hilarious.
And can I share something with you? So I Googled this because I was like, what is going on here? Right? And
this is one of those that I said to you, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
And so, a bit of research. I found an article on the Daily Mail newspaper.
Right.
So the Daily Mail,
National News,
the biggest kind of gossip newspaper in the world. Back in the day, this would have been Sienna Miller.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff. The article was entitled "Meet the TikTok star who doesn't chew his food." And I'll read you a bit from it, right? So this comes from it. And it says, speaking to a camera with his mouth full of food, he said, apparently I don't chew enough, but I don't need to chew. No chew needed. You don't need to chew your food. So they started taking an angle, the Daily Mail, from it, of like, he's going to be a danger to kids. He's going to be a risk to kids because he's encouraging people to
He's like an influencer. He's like a no-chew influencer.
And this is, again, I don't know if this is the Chinese government trying to get British kids to not...
Big dental have tried to...
to not chew their food. And they say this, right? Bivo's video may have gained a massive following, but its promotion of not chewing food has raised concerns amongst medical professionals. So now he's become an advocate for not chewing your food. And this is my favourite bit. They ring up someone and they say, we contacted a dietitian from the University of Utah called Stacey McIntosh. She's an expert when it comes to chewing your food.
Jesus Christ. She took the call.
She said, whether you do that by taking longer to chew your food or if you take longer just in between bites, it's not going to be making much of a difference. But I would certainly recommend that people chew their food. But counting the number of times you chew your food is a little obsessive. Now, if we have to start debating in this country whether you should chew your food or not, what can we agree on?
Phoning academics from America. Hi, is this a professor at Utah? Yeah. You're a professor of chewing food. Well, I mean, no.
Not
right,
really.
never mind that. Do you know Bivo? No. Right, how do we describe him? Right,
Listen to this podcast and get back to us.
Listen to episode 18 of Screen Right. Basically, do you think we should chew our food? Well, yeah. Thank you. Incredible. A professional journalist. Someone who you'd assume went to university.
Yeah. Someone
to study journalism.
Someone went to Oxbridge. And they're going, oh, you got any big scoops recently? You go, have you heard of Beavo, Mum? Wow. Yeah, it's amazing stuff, isn't it?
It's again, like I feel like we haven't really focused on Bivo that much. I mean, apart from
I feel like we've focused on him plenty, actually.
Disassembling his psyche, but it is like, and I think, you know, I don't know whether it's just because I've just watched extras, but it's so that, and I think what, you know, Sir Gervais, you know, good old Rick.
I watched the first 5 minutes of Armageddon on the train on the way here. It is so bad. It is like unbelievable how bad it is.
I'm trying to.
Okay, here we go.
I want to say that. Yeah. I think it's quite sad. I mean, the comment I see quite often whenever he releases a stand-up special is people going, "Fucking hell, Stephen Merchant was good, wasn't he?"
And he was like my hero growing up.
Oh, mine too. Yeah.
The Office was
massively,
like everything.
Massively. It like genuinely informed. I wanted to do what he does so much that it informed how I picked a university course.
Right.
Because I really wanted to write and perform.
It is fucking bleak. What was the thing you were going to say? I'll be supporting him on tour in the new year.
Well, no.
I don't like Ricky Gervais. Jacob, for professional reasons. I like him as well. I'll go on tour with him.
Friends of ours do support him.
Right.
And I wind them up.
Why? Because he shits.
So, like, no.
They're all better than he is.
Andrew Mensah, Matt Bragg, Josh
Bragg,
Pugh, Red Richardson, you know, all lovely guys who all support Ricky. But I messaged Josh a few weeks ago, being like, mate, just seen you've done one of Ricky's big arena ones, mate. Massive. Like, I'm so proud of you, man. Well done. He's like, oh, thanks, mate. I was like, do you tend to sort of spit on the transgender people on the way into the venue or on the way out of the venue? Fuck off. Yeah.
I haven't got to that. I don't know that I'm going to go back to watch it all, to be honest. It's like
there's a transphobic bit in the Dave Chappelle special.
Yeah, that's mental.
Is there like an exec at Netflix who literally, when they commission this stuff, go and make sure you get the transgenders again?
Oh,
like,
man.
The bit in the Chappelle special, I'm trying to remember. He talks about meeting Jim Carrey. I mean, I don't want to go into the jokes. It genuinely might be triggering to people, and we don't want to upset anyone. But like, what the lamest? It's all a bit lame with these like middle-aged guys who are like, "You've seen these fucking."
Yeah.
There was a tweet I think I shared it with you a long time ago. One of our tweeters that we quite like put something that like every year Dave Chappelle releases a Netflix special, and it's always entitled something like The Elephant's Conundrum. and the only bit that anyone ever even sniggers at is the same bit where he basically says that those LGBTQ freaks should have bells around their necks so we can hear them coming. My point is, that's not what we think. That's a kind of reductive way of describing what they do.
The Dave Chappelle one, again, I got about 15 minutes into that one, and it has an amazing bit at the start where he's like, it's like Radiohead's playing, and he's like smoking in black and white in the back of the thing.
Lame.
And then it's like, oh my God, this is a serious, wonderful artist. And then he goes out there and he's like just smacking the microphone against his leg.
That's what I was going to. That bit, right? Like he's obviously brilliant, Dave Chappelle, and he's stuff in the past. The Chappelle show's amazing, but like. I find it unwatchable because of that, because of the on the leg.
Yeah.
Like, after that, his transgender joke is clearly like for him the kind of highlight of the show,
Right?
And like he's so proud of himself and so happy with the joke that he doesn't just whack it on his leg. He like runs to the back of the stage, just whacking it constantly. It's like he's one step away from just like throwing the microphone through a window.
It's so strange, isn't it? It's so
mad. But I went on to Gervais to say that like with a lot of those old kind of Gervais sitcoms that were about fame and fame-hungry people and people that wanted to be seen as funny and want attention, like he would often kind of finish the Christmas special, the kind of finale of those series, by trying to kind of flip the mirror on the audience and go, are they the weirdos,
right,
or are we for making them what they are?
Yeah.
And I mean, when national newspapers are phoning up professors in America.
Yeah, and like I don't feel like there's any notion of like selling out anymore. There's no like the end of Extras is he jacks it all in to go on holiday with his mate.
Yeah.
And like that's the real that's the real quiz. That's the thing that everyone should do. Reject fame, be with your friends, blah blah blah. Like now, I think people go, "Oh, Beavo's a bit annoying," but no one fundamentally disagrees with his inalienable right to not chew his food on video in order to get some money.
But do you know the funny? What I find quite endearing about Bivo is, and we don't actually have this clip, but he didn't do the swallow the food thing deliberately.
I don't know. I don't doubt that. No.
He really didn't. Like it was a happy accident that people noticed
For
that,
us.
and he went viral with it. In the same way that like when he first did Shyooooooo, he didn't think it was bad.
No.
Like, I think in his mind it's like, oh, it's just a laugh when people sing along, isn't it? He didn't think people were like, you look fucking nuts. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You look like an idiot.
You're talking in a Nigerian dialect.
yeah, exactly. But he hasn't played up to it.
Right.
He hasn't played up to the chewing thing. He's still eating. He still sits there eating his dad's dinners. But like what they quote in the Daily Mail article where they're like, he noticed that people were talking about him chewing, but he didn't start going, right, one bite. Like, I think he did one or two where he was like, one bite. But the next one was fairly normal of like, of him, I'm eating my dad's dinner. Yeah, 7 out of 10. But then he does kind of acknowledge, he goes, by the way, I know people keep saying I don't chew my food. You don't need to chew your food. Look. Nearly dies. Oh, it's fine. But then does chew the food for the rest of it. It's not like I guess the thing they talk about in Extras is he started doing the shit sitcom. You having a laugh? Are you having a laugh?
Right.
And really ran with the catchphrase.
Yeah.
Beavo's not running with the catchphrase.
So Bivo has more artistic integrity than Ricky Gervais.
Indeed. We'll watch the last one.
Let's watch the last clip. I don't know if this is going to shed any more light on this phenomenon, but we can only try.
Dinner.
He's having some dinner in this
Dinner.
one.
This is the one where he talks about the chewing.
Big up not chewing.
Sorry?
You know the rules, and if you don't know the rules, get to know the rules, baby. But come on now.
Did you say big up the Asians?
Just rate it out of 10.
Can we just get that back? Because I just want to check if he says big up the Asians. Right, so he's eating sweet and sour chicken that his dad's cooked for him in his bedroom. Let's just check if he bigs up the Asians.
Dinner. Sweet and sour style, you know the rules. Listen, big up the Asians. Big up not chewing, you know the rules.
Now.
If you don't know the rules, get to know.
Do you watch these clips before you send it to me?
Yeah.
I guess that's fine. He's bigging them up, I guess.
Apparently I don't chew enough, but I don't need to chew. Watch. Chicken as well, yeah? Chicken.
So he's going to whack this right down the gullet?
No chew needed.
Oh,
you don't
Jesus
need to chew
Christ.
your food. You don't.
You don't.
Chew though, just to keep everyone happy. But Yeah, big up the Switch.
I mean, to be fair, money's coming from somewhere because he has got like a sort of
A
jewel
personalised
embezzled
necklace.
Beavo necklace.
Tasting banging tonight.
Where can we get
Big
Bevo
up,
necklaces?
Big up the personal chef. You know you are. Big
That his
Bevo
dad?
and
That's his dad, the personal chef, yeah.
Something I'll go.
Do people watch this? People just watch this.
This
Kids
gets
just
millions.
watch this.
This gets millions.
This gets millions of views. Is he doing this live? Is he streaming this live?
No.
It's a bit bland.
He sends this after the fact.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Pineapple. Big up the pineapple.
Big up the
Big up
pineapple.
Belong on pizzas. Let me know down below.
Also, war about whether they have pineapple on a pizza. Oh my god! By the way, if you're not watching, this is the most
No, what does
disgusting
sour
thing I've
taste
ever
like?
seen.
Sweet but not sour.
He just eat.
He's got the voice of a 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
Sweet but not
Big up
sour.
Bevo.
Oh, the sound of him chewing.
And also the glare of the television.
Yeah, he's
This
got the
is
telly on.
thing.
He's not even turned the telly off.
People try so hard to make content that
Right.
go viral. People
Yeah,
script
gonna be
stuff.
live right
You know,
now.
people like
Big
Josh
up
James
to
that we know
you,
who
you know
fucking
the
hire
rules. Big up
actors and make
SFDC.
sketches.
Yeah, yeah.
They won't do a fraction of
Gonna
these
be
numbers.
live right now. Make sure to go check them out. You know the rules. But Bevo's here. Bevo's there. Bevo's everywhere, baby. I'll catch you soon in a bit. Cheers.
So that is a minute of nothingness.
Just 3 mouthfuls of food, chatting rubbish.
Bigs up the Asians. Big up the pineapple as well, by the
Big up
way.
the Asians is insane. That's mad. Big up the Asians. I mean, let's have it right as well. We can see what he's eating. His dad has seemingly boiled some chicken breasts and chopped them up and put them in a fucking
I
a
reckon
jar
that's a ready
sauce.
meal. It looks like a ready meal.
It could be a ready meal. Yeah, big up the personal chef, his dad. Fuck. But yeah, I mean, I guess with this, it's like, what does it say about us? That this hapless guy, this fool, you know, who, and we're laughing at him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't doubt we are actually making him some money. So similar to yourself, I did a bit of research. I contacted a friend of mine who's a TikToker,
Right.
a guy called Joey Knight, who's a kind of Chelsea football influencer. And I was like, can you actually make money out of TikTok? He's like, do you know what, mate? He's like, you kind of can.
Right.
He's like, there's a way you can turn on a kind of monetization policy where if you are getting those kind of numbers, he probably is making money.
A bit of money.
Like, he probably is making, not nothing crazy, but like a couple of grand, maybe $3,000 a month. Yeah.
What?
No,
For
he's
doing
making,
that?
he's making a salary.
So in 6 months' time, when Jacob's daughter, starting her first day at school, comes home, says, "Daddy, I've decided what I want to be." I've been watching this guy called Bivo. You don't have to chew your food, and you can make a lot of money from it.
Mate, you laugh. That is genuinely what kids say.
They want to be TikTokers.
They want to be TikTokers. They want to do this. Like my Jeff Northcott, for obviously friend of the pod,
Yeah.
good mate of mine. He's in his mid-40s. He's got a boy who's about 8 or 9. His boy says to him, "I want to be a YouTuber, Dad. I want to be an influencer.
But
people want to be Bevo."
I want to be Bivo. We all want to be Bivo. I am Spartacus. I don't know.
We don't have a conclusion, do we?
There's no conclusion. The conclusion is we're all fucked.
Yeah, the hard thing with Bevo, we've tried our best with this. I think
We've tried our best, haven't we?
But it's chaos. It's like you say, it's chaos.
Chaos.
He's random. He's an
Bevo
enigma.
is the trickster prince.
And we don't know what he's going to do next.
That's the scariest thing.
Like he says, Bevo's here, Bevo's there, Bevo's everywhere. You don't know what he's going to do. He does promotional videos with M.R. You know the kind of the viral white guy who does kind of like ragga Jamaican music.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'll just have to edit it out. He's doing videos with him.
Yeah, that guy who tried to get his record played a lot. The A&R people at his label go, right, do a video with Bevo.
Amazing.
Meets him at Tottenham Court Road, films himself shouting in the street.
The people are coming to Bevo like he's the godfather for help with their
I
problems.
don't know what's going to happen next with him. Like, what could he do? He could do, like, I think there might be a mental health angle, but you know how, like,
There
you know,
always is.
you know Jack, mate. You know that guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of gone down quite an earnest mental health angle now. Hasn't
Not sure
he?
he'd be thrilled about being compared to Bevo.
Well, fuck him. He looks like him. He's got the same teeth. No, but fuck him. Like, well, he doesn't do anything more worthwhile. He's no more talented than this guy.
He's got a podcast, hasn't he?
So?
We've got a podcast and we're not talented.
Exactly. Well, no. So no, but fuck him. I don't think I'll tell him I'm doing. His mate does the Moon Under the Water podcast.
Okay.
You know, that pub podcast.
Yeah.
I'm doing that next week.
Oh, lovely.
I'll fucking tell it to his face.
Don't tell him.
You're no more talented than Bevo. They're not. They're not. People the world over. This guy. He's just chaos. He's he doesn't know what he's going to do next. He's begging for help. He's begging for help. Just
Begging
tell
for
me what to do. I'll go to Basildon. Just tell me anything. I'll do whatever you want.
So if there's one message that comes from this podcast, we don't know what Bivo's going to do next.
He's
all right?
here, he's there.
He's here, he's there, he's every fucking where. Keep your wits about you. If you hear some very loud swallowing sounds behind you, that will be Bivo.
It'll be Bivo. And I'm going to make a final comparison with Bivo. And it's about the porn industry.
Fuck. We're trying to end the podcast for 7 minutes, and every time you're like, wait a minute, I've got something else I want to slag off.
Just one quick thing. I would say this. A lot of us, the point we're trying to make here is Bivo the monster, or are we the monster as the public, and we've just Frankenstein monster Bivo?
Yeah.
When the porn industry went through a big change in the last kind of 5 to 10 years, where production companies died. It used to be, these poor girls, these horrible directors and producers, they're forcing them to these horrible sexual acts for our pleasure. We need to get rid of those horrible men that make these actors do things. What happened is OnlyFans came along and then cut out the middleman. It's just the performer and then us as the audience. And it's got worse.
Right.
Because it turns out our desires are so heinous that actually those horrible directors and producers who were suggestedly forcing those girls to do horrendous things, they were actually a filter. Yeah. They were actually making things somewhat more palatable, because if they'd have just let us, the horrible public, dictate what these people do, it's even worse than what pornography used to be.
Yeah.
That is Bivo.
Yeah.
If years ago there would have been a friendly ITV producer who'd have gone, just go out and sing the Earth song. Yeah. And don't take your shirt off. Just go out. No, don't try and eat a Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
Just do the Earth song. Now it's just us. He's begging us for instruction, and it feels a bit Black Mirror.
It does.
He's at the whim of a merciless public who don't care about his welfare. Who like let me suggest something to you now. Bivo tries to eat a hot dog sausage tomorrow and does die.
I'm not laughing at him dying. I'm laughing at
that's the end game for our society, for TikTok, and indeed for Bivo. So Jake's asking the question, what happens next? I think we kill him. I think the public kills Bivo. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We appreciate you as always. Please subscribe. Please share this with someone who might enjoy it. God bless. See you next week. Ta-da!
Shyooooooo.